welcome to What We're Enjoying Wednesday, part of Elmhurst Public Library at Home, the library's online program series. Each week, our staff will be talking to you about what they are reading, watching, listening to, playing, or otherwise enjoying. This week, I've really been enjoying two of my favorite books about plants. The first is How Not to Kill Your Houseplant by Veronica Peerless, and the other is Happy Cactus by Bob Bridle. Both of them are from DK Publishing and are essential in my home library with all of my many plants. Each book has an index in the front, which is organized by picture rather than words, so if you don't know the name of the plant you have, you can still find out how to best to care for it. Each page for the plants has a nice picture in the middle. It talks about related plants that have the same kind of care. It talks about how to water them, position them, feed them, repot them, help them flower, and share them with others. So everything you need is really in this book on one page. I like to pull it out whenever I am unsure of what's happening with my plants, if they're starting to turn colors or droop or just acting strangely. I like to pull this out so that I don't panic and overwater them or underwater them. I always know exactly what to do because of these books.
Hi, I'm NUALA from the Kids Library, and recently I've been listening to Una, Out of Order by Margarita Montemore on Digital Library of Illinois. I really enjoyed this story. What would happen if you would time travel every year on your birthday? Well, Una is faced with this dilemma when, beginning on her 19th birthday, which her birthday is on New Year's Eve, she jumps into another period of her life, and it's always out of order. So she learns some ways to adapt to this crazy life. She writes notes to her future self to give her some tips, and she has a few loyal people that she can depend on to keep her secret and help her navigate the world. But how do you navigate love when every year you know you're going to leave on New Year's Eve? So find out what happens. If you like The Time Traveler's Wife, you'll really like this story. It's a little lighter than that story, but it is every bit as enjoyable.
Hey, I just wanted to share a podcast that I've been enjoying. Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. It's available through Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, or wherever you download podcasts. I've always been a fan of his late night talk show, and this is just a great extension of that. The best part of it is you get a lot more in-depth interviews with celebrities. He also has two sidekicks, his trusty assistant Sona and the producer of the show, Matt. It is just an enjoyable, funny, witty podcast where I actually learn a lot more about celebrities than I thought I would. So if you're a fan of Conan O'Brien, I highly suggest you check it out and enjoy. Bye.
Hi, my name is Molly, and I'm currently reading The Joy of Missing Out. This book is really great. It's about kind of slowing down, teaches you just kind of how it's okay to sometimes sit out activities, which is really hard to do in a day like now, where there's so much social media and everybody is worried about who's doing what with who and if they're missing out. So I really liked this book because it's really taught me to slow down. It's sometimes okay to just take time for yourself and to really just kind of relish in that time alone.
This week, I've been enjoying Erik Larson's newest book, The Splendid and the Vile, a saga of Churchill, family, and defiance during the Blitz. Like Larson's other titles, this book follows multiple stories and events, this one focusing on the public and private life of the newly minted Prime Minister Winston Churchill, his family, and his associates. Also the first-person accounts of the bombing of Britain and the evolving plans of Hitler and his subordinates to try to break the will of the British people. It's a fascinating look into the life of Churchill, also at the European Air War, and into the daily lives of the British people during the bombings from 1940 to 1941, before the U.S. entered World War II. Full of rich historical detail, this is really another winner for Erik Larson fans and for anyone interested in the Battle of Britain. It's available in multiple formats, including downloadable ebook and e-audiobook.
Hello, This week we've been enjoying playing Overcooked 1 and 2. They are co-op cooking video games that simulate a hectic restaurant kitchen environment with added outlandish obstacles like lava, ice, and moving platforms. The game has a really low barrier to entry. It's easy to learn and to have fun, but very hard to master. It's a great choice to get up to 4 members of your household involved, even people who don't usually enjoy video games, and it's available for all 3 major consoles and Steam.
Hi, this is Patty. If you like charming musicals with a great cast, you might want to check into WTTW Prime this Sunday at 6 o'clock when they will be showing the 2016 musical She Loves Me. This is the second Broadway revival based on the Hungarian play that spawned 3 movies, including, most notably, You've Got Mail. This is a story of 2 dear friends who are writing to each other but don't know that they're working at the same shop where they despise each other. The talented cast includes actors you may recognize from TV and other Broadway shows. It will be repeated Monday at 12:30 a.m., and for those of you who have WTTW Passport, you can stream it anytime through October 20th. Enjoy.
What we've been enjoying at our house is this book called Deep in the Woods by Christopher Carr. The big draw for this book is the illustrations. They're really wonderful. They are very, very vibrant and lush. The story is very sweet too. It talks about what it means to be a friend and what it means to be an includer, as well as what to do in the face of adversity. For example, if a bear sits and collapses on your house, what do you do then? So, needless to say, they figure it out. The story is great and really breaks down the message in a kid-friendly way, of course, but the real draw for this book is the illustrations. It's just a real pleasure to look at. Thanks.